That's not what came here for.
In the locks is probably fine because you don't have a lot of wind when you're in the locks. Just come into 250 footers with an 18-inch eye on each end. So we're just taking care of some loose ends before we go hop on a seaplane flight to go up to Roche Harbor from South Lake Union in Seattle and pick up our boat. Our captain picked up the boat at 10:30 at night. It dropped in the water and he had a dead ship on his hands. So the batteries had been left off, the switches weren't killed, so it drained the batteries over the course of 28 days, waiting for a weather break to run the boat up. It'll probably take us 6 hours from slip to slip. Going on tomorrow, and then after, gosh, how long's it been? We bought the boat on October 25th.
Yes.
After we had the cooling systems and the maintenance done on the engines because they were past due and they had back pressure, especially on the starboard engine, and then went through all the ordeals of going from the different transports and them not being ready.
Mm-hmm.
We are now sitting on the
January 27th.
Of January, so basically
3 months to get our boat.
3 months to get the boat.
It's been quite an ordeal.
It was a whirlwind trip just getting back from Mexico the night before, but our flight from South Lake Union to Roche Harbor took less than an hour and was fairly smooth, and we were very anxious to see what condition our boat was in after spending 28 days on a ship.
It's right there. Oh my god. Oh my god. It's like having a baby. It's been so long. She's in the first spot too, which is awesome. Go through the gas dock.
Yeah.
I'll have to fill it up since it's on empty. You were worried that the cover for the dinghy wasn't going to make it. It made it. They got it all cleaned up, looks like. Sort of.
Sort of.
Needs a buff. Wow. It's here. It's finally here. Welcome home. Chairs are knocked down.
Yeah, right. It's gonna be a shit show.
Wow, and all the cushions from upstairs.
That is one happy man.
It's a good looking boat. What do you think? You happy?
So it was time to have lunch. We were starving after that flight, so we went to the Lime Kiln Cafe and had lunch. We then headed to the gas dock in Roche to fill it up. When the captain picked up the boat, it had about a quarter of a tank of fuel left. Each tank holds about 250 gallons, so this won't be cheap. But I still want to go on the boat.
He's thinking. You're thinking about it. Can you drop it? Oh boy, let go. Go. Swims.
Good?
Ready?
Oh, shit. Cheers.
Cheers to our new boat,
New boat.
to Elli-Yacht.
Yacht.
Next morning, it was time to head back to the cafe to have breakfast before making our voyage back to Seattle. We're now leaving Roche Harbor to head back to our slip in South Lake Union and kind of get settled and get everything we need on the boat to start living aboard. What? So right now we're just going through Mosquito Pass and it's crabbing season, so there are quite a few crab pots that we need to watch out for going through here. This is a great place to go crabbing. We had gone crabbing a couple years ago in that cove and we had quite the haul of crab when we left. It was awesome. So one of the things John did before it left Huntington Beach was taped up the outside of the hatches because they were leaking. So we thought, okay, it's just going to be a 4 or 5 day trip up to Vancouver. That should be good enough to hold everything in place. Get the boat. So it is been leaking and dripping everywhere. It's on the seat. It just keeps dripping there. It's on the floor. Part of the corner. Okay, we're headed towards Seattle now. We've been going through the straits and it's been smooth sailing. It's been great for first time out. Haven't run into too much debris. There's been a few logs, but nothing that we couldn't avoid, and a few birds, and it's been pretty good. We're going to stop in Social and pick up Jamie, who's going to help us with the lines and going through the locks. Just because it's our first time and we don't know if we're going through the big locks or the small locks. It's always good to have a third person so John can be in charge of piloting the boat and then we have someone on the stern and on the bow to take care of the lines.
I don't know why people do that.
Okay, now we're just waiting for them to let us know if we're going through the big locks or the small locks. We just need to wait for the green light. Green light. So small locks and then we'll see if we're on the right or the left. Going through the locks was fairly uneventful, but is still very nerve-wracking nonetheless, and my heart was pounding in my chest. They had us tie up on the port side, stern first, and then the bow. We were the only vessel going through, so as soon as our lines were secure, they started closing the locks. And then they signaled the alarm to let us know that the locks were closing. As the floating guide wall started to move, we noticed our fender was on the floating guide track that does not move. So we had to move the fender forward and out of the way and clear of the track so it wouldn't catch on it. Going through the locks is like being on stage. All eyes are on you. The lock attendants are watching, the visitors are watching, and the locals know that it can be a shit show. So we made it through the locks without any trouble. We got the lines and we were so ready to bring our baby to South Lake Union to her new home and take care of her after all that she had been through. And we had plenty of support. My dad and Jan were there to watch us go through, and they had to wait a long time because we were delayed. And then Jamie's family, his wife, and kids were there as well. So it was great to have all that support. Thanks for watching. To see what we are up to next, hit that subscribe button to stay tuned.